the sort of security guarantee that they have been given thus far is one in which the United States has said to North Korea very clearly, the United States does not have a hostile policy towards North Korea, and we have no intention to attack North Korea unprovoked. This was actually written down in a part of the 2005 joint statement in which the United States, there's a line in the joint statement that says, the United States will not attack North Korea with nuclear or conventional weapons. When we were doing the negotiations and that language was put in the draft, I remember it going back to Washington. We did these negotiations in Beijing. I remember this going back to Washington, going to bed that night and thinking, this will never get cleared back in Washington. And when I woke up the next morning, to my surprise, we had gotten approval for this language. We brought this to the six-party talks that morning. The Russians saw that it was clear language. You know, the six parties are the United States, Japan, North and South Korea, China, and Russia, hosted and chaired in Beijing by China. When that language was presented as accepted by the United States delegation, the Russians asked for a timeout. They wanted to have a bilateral meeting with the North Koreans. So they go have a bilateral meeting. They come out of that meeting and we say, you know, well, we asked the Russians, so what did you say? And he said, I won't do my Russian accent. They said, we saw this language and we told the North Koreans that what this language basically constitutes is a negative security assurance. The United States will not attack North Korea with nuclear or conventional weapons. We consider this to be very significant language because we tried to get language like this from you during the Cold War and we could never get it. So the fact that you are now offering this language to us is very significant, and we told the North Koreans that, right? So they have a security guarantee, but that is not the sort of security guarantee they want. What the sort of security guarantee the North Koreans want now is qualitatively different. What they would like is a guarantee not just of no attack from the United States, but a guarantee that the world will support the regime, or a guarantee of regime stability and security. Because the North Korean regime faces a fundamental dilemma, a dilemma that I wrote about in Foreign Affairs 7 years ago. The fundamental dilemma they face is that they need to open up in order to reform, right? But that process of opening up could easily lead to the collapse of the regime, right? So the sort of security guarantee they're looking for is their ability to start heading down the reform path with an assurance from all the other powers that they will support the regime and not allow it to collapse under the weight of this opening up and reform. Right? Given the North Korean regime the way it is today, it's very difficult to imagine any country offering that sort of regime guarantee to North Korea.